Yeah, welcome back. Little tidbit on this whole thing about my Cowboys ends up laying an egg against that of the Seattle Seahawks. Kind of seen it coming, but didn't see it coming. Figured they play well because they've always kind of matched up well with the Seahawks over the past few years or so. And to look at the way these guys are playing, first and foremost, one of the things that I'm finding out that I'm finding out now is the fact that you have that I have found out last year whenever uh, Smith was out, whenever he was out, and that guy when they played Atlanta and the guy had like 4 sacks, they sacked Dak about 6 times or whatever, they sacked him and stuff like that. Guy made a bunch of money and stuff like that. The whole pass blocking thing, and that shows that's a weakness for me that I'm sitting up there seeing with that of Dallas Cowboys, as good as that line is, but they're missing Travis Frederick due to his illness and everything. Even though I know he's on the sidelines and whatnot, but they're missing that. Dallas has to set up the run. Everything goes through Zeke, and I think when they have to finally start getting that in their heads. But this is something that I've been saying for some years now, and I've been saying it for a long time. And it's funny when I sit up here and watch a football game like Pittsburgh last night, Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. And you sit up there and Jason Witten is up there in the booth talking, yapping away. It's funny. I never seen that type of personality that he exemplified out there on that field. Now, he might have did some things I would never know about because I never would be inside of the locker room. But I remember the glory days of different players back of that with Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, all them guys, Charles Haley. So you saw vocalness and you saw that. Jason Witten, great player and everything like that. But I did all the stuff that he exemplifies inside of the booth. I didn't see that exemplified out there on that field as far as leadership was concerned, in my opinion. I could be possibly wrong, but I didn't see that. I didn't see the fire in the belly. I never saw that in Tony Romo. I never saw that in DeMarcus. Were all I'm talking two players are definitely Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers. DeMarcus Ware, Jason Witten. Tony Romo, no, he's not going to do that, but a great player, a great Cowboy. I already know Jerry Jones is going to put him in the ring of fame because he owns all the Cowboy passing records and this, that, and the third. He came up in the right time, so that's a done deal. But where the exemplify of the leadership is around that. There's no veteran leadership in that particular locker room. There's no way with a roster like this, especially on offense, that this team is supposed to struggle to sit up there and to come up with points. Now, I've always said I never thought Dak had a strong arm. Just because Dak is some nice size, you think he has this big arm. He doesn't. I said Tony Romo has had a way bigger arm than what he had. But, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. But don't have to have a major arm. Just need to make the throws that you need to make. Dallas need help in the receiver corps. We'll see what happens and whatnot. Remember, Dak sit up there and said, you really don't need no number one. Yeah, you might not really need no number one, but you need some guys that can run routes, catch the ball, and break a tackle or two or whatnot. Yeah, of course, we say Tom Brady, yeah, because you got Edelman and Amendola and all them guys. Them guys are good for they're little squatty guys and stuff like that. Run around and they're going to make a play. They're going to catch the ball. They're going to do their job. Nothing spectacular, but they're going to get 5 or 6 yards. That's a part of the offense. That's how it is. It's an extension of the running game, extension of having a run because they don't have a running game. So that's what them guys do and whatnot. And that has to be happening with Dallas and the receivers they got with guys like Cole Beasley and whatnot. Where's their number one? Well, they sent Dak. They sent Dez on his way and whatnot. And of course, Witten retired. So it's a little bit anemic. So right now, you're going to have to start running Ezekiel, and these other guys got to step up. But that's where the leadership comes in for these guys to get into gear. And again, I'm going to address something. Like I said, leadership. Line needs to play better ball than what they've been playing. They got to start communicating and whatnot. I know Dak got sacked, I know 4 or 5 times, I believe. Dumb penalties that I saw. Getting torched in the secondary. I mean, just certain things over and over and over again and everything like that. One of the dumbest penalties I saw was the one by Gregory. I'm like, Gregory is the last guy supposed to be getting penalized for anything. Dude, you've been in the league since, 2013, 2014 or whatever. You haven't even played 5 games straight. And you shoving somebody in the face. A 15-yard penalty right before halftime is 14-3. It's better to go in there for going in possibly 14-3 than to going in 17-3. 15 yards, shit, you're not even worth 15 yards. You can't stay on the field. You're too busy smoking dope or doing whatever you call yourself doing. Dude, play some ball. I want to see where is the Charles Haley type guys? Where are these guys that on defense? And I say in this league right now. In this league, and now I'm hearing stuff Sean Lee's possibly hurt. So I'm sitting on the sidelines the other day. Like I said, in this league right now, you need A1 pass rushes, which is your outside linebackers. If you're running the 3-4, whatever it is you're running, your edge rushers and stuff like that or whatever. And you need top secondary men, especially at the corner position, who can cover and who can tackle. Your linebackers can be mediocre. If you cannot rush the passer and cover in this league on defense, you are worthless. You are worthless. You will not. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything worth anything at all. You know what I'm saying? The only team that's strongest on both sides of the ball right now, I think, is the Rams. You know, people hollering at Kansas City. I'm like, Kansas City's putting up points, but they're giving up a boatload of points. Look, see what's happening with New Orleans. Some of the same cast of characters from last year. Them guys got torched. They're getting torched. Even though they're winning, they won, they got torched. They gave up 48 points the first week to Tampa. Pittsburgh, always known for their defense. The last few years, their defense, they even got torched. Like that game was supposed to have been over with. They got torched. Because teams can't rush the passer and they can't cover. And that's the same thing that's been going on with Dallas. And that's what killed Dallas. That's what killed Dallas a few years ago when Aaron Rodgers came back and got in the field goal range and won that. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. This is something that Dallas has not addressed. And they seem like they will never address it. You got Earl Thomas after a game last year was sitting there telling, hey, man, look at me, check me out or whatever. Because he's already seeing what's going on. He's a Texas kid. Go over and check him out. So for people to sit up there and act like I don't understand why, I don't understand why somebody like Jerry Jones, who's been in this league and is a businessman and all this, if you don't realize that you need pass rushers and secondary men, they fail. Who was the last major cornerback that they've had? Really? I mean, Church and all that, and them guys are good, this is that. They got Claiborne that ended up being basically a bust. What's the last cornerback that they had? One of the last, have at least a Pro Bowl cornerback and a Pro Bowl safety or something. Hey, it's nothing. I'm not somebody that's like an all pro. They don't have anybody. DeMarcus Lawrence last year, oh yeah, that was a contract year, so there you go. They got guys with some talent, but they don't have nobody to sit up there and get these guys to moving and doing what they're supposed to do out there on that field. Nobody fears Dallas defense. Nobody. It's not a fair defense like they're going to do. They don't have no nasty people. They don't have no Sue. They don't have an Aaron Donald. They got some couple of guys that can do some pass rushing, but I don't want like with DeMarcus Lawrence, the first 8, 9, 10, 7, 8 games of the season, all these sacks, and then nowhere to be found in the last few games. And I'm tired of hearing about these guys getting suspended for drugs or for performance-enhancing drugs, shit that you know you can't be doing and using while you're in the middle of the season. You know they're going to, if you got a reputation, they're going to sit up there and come at you at any time they want to. So where's the leadership in Dallas? There is none. There's no veteran leadership. So a move would be to get somebody like Earl Thomas, who's a proven winner, who's been on winning teams. You follow? He's been on winning teams. They can use that. That's what got Dallas over the hump years ago when they went and got Charles Haley. It's just that simple. But it's like, and if they don't get him, that'll be really ridiculous on it'll probably be, I don't know, if her and Seattle wants, they want a first rounder and all this other kind of stuff. I don't know. But guy been trying to come to Dallas for, since, talking about, hey, check me out or whatever. Because he knew that this day was coming and Seattle ain't going to do right. And that's what I'm talking about. Veteran leadership is lacking on Dallas. And somebody has to step up. Guys like Dak, guys like Ezekiel, enough of the guys sitting in the background, I'll let my play. That's fine. You're supposed to play anyway. What happens when you need to sit up there and get guys in order, to get guys that we got to do this. It's on us. Let's get this here done. They don't have them. They don't have it when the time gets tough, or get somebody who's screwing up, get in their face, let them know, look, you screwing up. We trying to get this done, that, and done. They don't have that. All teams that win championships, they got guys like this on these teams. for them to get to that level. Even if it's for that 1 year, they got some guys like that can do that. Dallas has yet to get that. They've yet to recapture that. That's why they've gotten beat in divisional rounds going back to 08 or whatever, over in 14, the whole 9 yards, or why they won't excel and go any further than what they have done with the talent that they've had on their team. They need to learn to do better, and they need to do something. They need to get some veteran leadership on their team. Somebody needs to step up or go out and get somebody like an Earl Thompson to help shake that team up and whatnot, because they have the talent. The problem is there's no leadership and nobody's being held accountable for anything. Nobody like Zeke is supposed to sit up there, bust a 40-yard run, and then fumble the ball down. Then on top of that, the wheel route, he comes out there. That's a touchdown right there. How did you lose track where you at on the field? You ran down them sides, seen you tiptoe down them sideline, and you mean to tell me you don't run out of bounds? You're not paying no attention to what's going on in the game? And why you gonna keep running for? You know they're gonna review the shit whenever. You know they're gonna review it. Head's not in the game. Those are rookie mistakes that he made. Right there, that was 6 points that was easily made because wasn't nobody going to catch him. Then the run, which set him up, which would have set him up pretty, he fumbles the ball. Head got to be in the game, man. Head's got to be in the game. Y'all check me out on Everything Football 62. Subscribe to the page. Subscribe. Hit some likes on there. Check me out over at Twitter, Everything Football. Everything Football 62. Uncut Men 62. Check me out. And everything, and I'll be back here a little bit later on, man, and talk about some other things as well. Y'all have a good one.